And now CRM Audio presents Captain Red Lace's Power BI Corner with Business Solutions MVP Scott Sewell.
This episode of Captain Red Lace's Power BI Corner is brought to you by our friends at Kingswaysoft. Kingswaysoft is a leading integration solution provider offering software solutions that make data integration affordable and painlessly easy. Thousands of enterprise clients from over 65 countries and regions rely on Kingswaysoft to integrate data with various application systems in order to drive their business efficiency and fully leverage their information assets. Kingswaysoft is a leading provider of Microsoft Dynamics integration software, including Dynamics 365, CRM, AX, NAV, GP, SL, as well as many other applications such as Marketo, Dropbox, QuickBooks, and Salesforce. Whether you need one solution or several, Kingswaysoft works easily within the SSIS platform to make your integration process as quick and easy as possible. Many of their clients have seen 3 to 10 times greater data integration performance after switching to the SSIS integration toolkit. We thank Kingswaysoft for their support of Captain Red Lace's Power BI Corner.
So, Scott, do you have any exciting news, maybe about licensing changes or anything like that? Logo changes?
Logo change, licensing, all that stuff. Just, I cannot wait every day and I wake up early in the morning and check the blogs just to find out if there's been a licensing change. No, yeah, but the funny thing is, it is actually, we're working with Power BI, we have this ongoing stream of changes. Unlike you and I in the past have worked with Dynamics CRM going back to the early days, and in those times you get a new version of CRM and you're gonna wait 3 years to get a new version of it, and even then it felt like it was rushed and sometimes, but then this goes back years, and then suddenly they started saying, well, we're going to have a release every 2 years or every 1 year. Now it's every 6 months. The whole Microsoft team is moving this incredibly agile, fast approach. And you see that nowhere more explicitly than in the Power BI group. As you and I have talked about it at different times, Power BI gets an update at least once a month. And then there's updates on the desktop version, updates on the service, updates on the mobile apps, both the Android app and the iOS app and I presume the Windows Phone app, if anybody's the 3% that are using that. Those things are happening all the time. And so it's important that, when you log into Power BI, always take a chance I refer back to the Power BI blog. And if you go to the blog, there's constantly updates to say what's happened recently, either in the service or in the desktop app or in the mobile app. And usually by the end of each month, there's going to be a blog post there that gives a description of it. Now, sometimes it will give little videos that say, how do you use this new, like for instance, in the March update, or I guess it was the April update, they added a new embedded matrix control, and it's kind of sits in there. It sits over in the corner, and you don't really notice it until you read the description of what it is. And in order to, first off, you have to find out about it by the blog post is helpful to find that. And then reading that, you go into Power BI, obviously get the updated version. And then you usually have to go into options and look at the preview settings, and there'll be some items there that you enable. And once you've enabled them, you have access to these new features that are, sometimes they release them sort of in a preview format. And so in those cases, they don't put them in the app like by default natively, they don't enable them natively. They let you interactively turn them on or off. But in the most recent one, they had this matrix control, which I found incredibly helpful. I built a dashboard that I shared with you the other day, and it lets you do this interactive drill down within that matrix. But having said that, every month there's something new in there, whether it be a new control on the front end or a new some sort of data source that can connect to one of the or a new feature for the phone. One of the things that they've announced in the past few days is the new App Store. They've moved all the controls they were a part of the community site. Now they're moving them into the Microsoft Store. And if you go there, there's actually quite a few new controls that weren't available on the Power BI web store, the community page of custom visualizations. So take a look at that. Look at the App Store for Microsoft Power BI. There's a lot of new visualizations. In fact, I noticed they had updated Sandance, which is a really cool visualization that I'm dying to use in production somewhere. Just haven't found a use for it yet. And it's a really cool visualization. And it's updated, and it's gone from having this 10,000 record limit that it used to have to I don't know what the record limit is now, but it doesn't mention that it has that limit anymore.
So what would you visualize with a Sandance?
All kinds of things. It's actually go online and look at the if you go to the App Store and look at there's a little video demonstrating it. It is the coolest thing. And again, I'm dying to use it in production, for a thing. I think I'll for a while there, my go-to was the aquarium visualization, but now I'm really looking forward for a use for, it's a tool in search of a use right now for me. But
I'll make sure to put a video link on the blog post.
Oh yeah, that'll be great.
Do these monthly releases, is there an idea of opting into them, or do you just everybody automatically gets them?
The monthly release on the service side is automatic, right? So there's those changes happen up there. There are a few things like the organization of the layout of your workspace that you can toggle on and off and say, do you want to enable the preview of the new workspace layout or not? But eventually it's just going to become your workspace. The desktop version, you do need to download the new version. Sometimes Power BI will prompt you, say, hey, a new version is available. But if your desktop doesn't prompt you, just go ahead and go to powerbi.com, download the new version, then you're on your own. Same thing on your mobile device. On my tablet and on my phone, mine are set to automatically update, so I'll see those. But a lot of times I don't notice what the new feature is unless I've actually gone back to the blog and checked it. So
does that scare any of our customers? I'm thinking of in the Dynamics world, even online, people are so conditioned to, wanting to control when the updates roll out and things like that, where this is more of an always updated service. Does anybody ever bring that up as we want to stay on this version for a while before we get these updates?
No, but thank you for introducing that fear and uncertainty and doubt, man.
No. Yeah, but I'm wondering. I gotta feel this is the way that Dynamics 365 is going too, because we don't really have a year in it anymore or a version number.
And I think the nice part about that is these are. Some of them are. A lot of them are incremental updates. They're like adding a new widget on this side or adding a new data source on that side. And so it's not like it's disruptive to the whole product. It's not like they're reskinning and what I think the difference is in some of the old style updates that you and I dealt with in the past was they saved up all the changes and saved them up and saved them up and saved them up for, and finally 3 years later they finally unleash all the changes and they find out that, 80% of that's great and 20% of it sort of misses the mark, even though they had 3 years to get it ready. You just can't tell until it's all delivered. Well, Power BI their approach has been make the changes, make the new features available, get them out there in a preview mode, let people use them, and then watch the metrics, watch the feedback on those, and refine them before they make them a part of the default tool set. But I think
the difference too is it's not like it's Dynamics that's actually storing the data. It's a tool, a visualization tool, and so it's not like it's going to make you lose all your history or something, which Dynamics update going bad might.
Yeah, maybe. maybe for your upgrades, not mine.
Exactly. So that's cool. So what is there a certain day of the month or a certain time during a month where they release the new releases?
Well, it's around the last week of the month. I mean, I was just checking, and I don't see, when we're recording this, it's close to the end of the month, and I don't see it exactly yet, but it's around the end of the month. You'll see them either the end of the month or the very beginning of the next month. But it's a monthly cadence, and you'll see it. You'll see it at that point. And usually I'll tweet about it because it's fun to see the new stuff. It's like Christmas every year. Every month.
Yeah, so that's great, Captain. Appreciate you sharing that and helping add some clarity to that. I think it's exciting, and that's where this is ever shifting. And even if you're an existing customer or whatever, you want to stay on the loop of how things change, just so you can be prepared for it. And I guess if you have any Power BI dashboards, you're going to want to reevaluate them on a regular basis just to see if any of the new visualizations or improvements or new tools add value to you.
Yeah, just like the application itself is being continuously improved, it's always important to take a look at your visual, what you thought really communicated the message in your dashboards and reports at the beginning. Once it gets out into the wild, you can really find out, is it really communicating? Is it really helping? And quite often there's probably a better way to do that, and sometimes the new tools will give you the flexibility to address those challenges the ways you didn't have before.
But I could see with certain personalities, you could always feel like, oh, I'm ready to release it, and oh, wait, there's something new coming out. I need to get that in, or oh, that's changed. Now I need to add that. You gotta draw a line of here's what we're gonna do in release 1 and release it out, right?
That's the best approach.
The changing your dashboard every day kind of approach is not probably the best business plan.
Yeah, I'm not gonna throw stones if I live in a glass house, man.